It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast video, and with me today, Denise White-Stecker and Heather James from Pay It Forward in Linville, and I'm excited to talk to them. They have a great organization here in Linville, and this is kind of continuing my effort to put a spotlight on food pantries and clothing closets around central Iowa. Started out in Brooklyn, and then I went to Gilman? Yeah, Gilman. These little towns, they get confusing. And now I'm in Linville, and I love Linville, and I'm probably going to put a spotlight on the one in Prairie City here pretty soon. And these ladies and their volunteers do a great job. And first of all, tell me, I don't know which one of you wants to take this, tell me about Pay It Forward. What is your mission? Either one of you can take that. And they're looking at each other. Which one wants to take
go
it?
for it. Go for it. Our mission is to really be like Jesus to others. And so we want to be seen as a resource for anyone to come in, be treated with dignity and respect, and have an opportunity to shop for a new wardrobe for whatever reason or season of life they're going through, and take advantage of the free food donations that have been given as well.
And this started out with a church affiliation, did it
It did. I'll let Heather talk about that.
Yeah, it started in 2014 with the Linville Heart of Worship. Started out as an idea and got some volunteers, and we would have a yearly event every July for several years, and then COVID happened, and then we kind of started a little room in the church, had close set up by appointment, and then it came here.
And we had the opportunity to move to a storefront down here in Linville, and that was like the spring of 2021. And then it was just, I think it was just last year. It feels like it's been longer than that, but it was just last year that we had the opportunity to actually buy, our church bought this building.
Oh.
So we were able to move into here. And since really we've been in a storefront down here since 2021, we've been able to serve over 20,000 people. Food,
20,000.
clothing. Some of them are repeat customers, which we are thrilled to have. But yeah, we just ask that people sign in and let us know where they're from, and we're happy to see them.
You're providing quite a service, and I don't know which one of you wants to take this either, but during the podcast, you mentioned how this has touched some people's lives, and maybe one of you wants to give an example of that.
I think every time we're here, it's easy for us to think, oh, I could be doing something else, and oh, I have a family at home, and God sends the right person at the right time, and they, even though they need the help or they're looking for something, you help them shop for something new, and they end up telling their story, and it makes us just feel how blessed we are and thinking, you know what, it's good to be able to help people. So there's so many stories, and every volunteer probably has one, but the more that we volunteer, the more we focus less on us and focus on our mission.
Now, a lot of what you do is the clothing closet, but you also do food donations, and you talked about how the Lord kind of opened up a refrigerator you weren't even expecting. Tell us about that.
God kind of gave me a vision, and I just think it's not my vision. I can't do it alone, but if He gives you something, you got to move forward with it. And it was getting connected with Grinnell Hy-Vee, and so that just kind of has grown. And we have a refrigerator in the back of the building where our volunteers would set it out during open hours, but it would have to sit out on the counter. And things don't last as long that way. And so the church bought us a big door front, 2-door glass front refrigerator that we can have. And because of that, I think since we obeyed what God was giving us as a vision, we've gotten more food, more people have come to get that. And it's just exciting to be able to feed the community.
Now, I guess I didn't ask this during the podcast, or if you mentioned it, it kind of slipped over my head, but do you have different hours for the food as you do for the clothing, or are they all together? How does that work?
They're all together.
Yeah.
It's all together. Okay,
Yeah,
all
they're
right.
all the same. When Hy-Vee, was going to throw out their food, I'm like, hey, we are open 5 days a week. It might be different hours, mornings, evenings, but I said, hey, we can at least try to get it out. So the hours that the clothing closet is open, food is available.
Okay. Denise, when I came in the door, you introduced me to one of your volunteers.
Yes.
I know you depend on volunteers to help out. Tell us about that.
Volunteer help is really the backbone of what keeps this organization running. And I would say we have between 12 to 15 volunteers who rotate in on different shifts to help be open so that our shoppers can come in and get what they need. So truly, I am so thankful for our volunteers who
How-
just run the day to day.
Great. How else can people help out?
We will accept monetary donations. Certainly, those who shop here don't have to feel obligated. We want to make sure that this is a free resource to everybody, but if people choose to leave a free will donation, we're happy to accept that. Obviously, clothing. We take gently used clothing. Unfortunately, we don't have the space to take furniture or household supplies or seasonal decorations or things like that. But yeah, gently worn, used clothing in good condition.
And what are your hours here?
Our hours vary, so we'll see if I can remember them off the
Okay.
top of my head. But it's Monday from 6 to 7. Then we're open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 to 2. Thursday is from 5 to 6. And we're closed on Friday. We're open Saturdays from 10 to 12. And then we're also closed on Sunday.
And how can people contact you?
So we have a Facebook page, Pay It Forward Clothes Closet or Linville Heart of Worship, and they can check that out if they need more information or if they're interested in donating.
Okay, ladies, thank you.
Thank
It's been a
you.
pleasure.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right, my interview guests have been Denise White-Stecker and Heather James of Pay It Forward in Linville. If you are in need, make sure you check them out. Contact them on their Facebook page, and they're here for you, okay? It's a great resource because people do care. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Out and About with Jamie Grout video shortcast. Till next time, Grout is out. See ya.